What are the top 3 things you look for in a real estate investment? I was asked this question just recently, how do you find a good real estate investment? And I was thinking, man, it comes down to just a few things of knowing. But if you don't know kind of the big picture, big concept behind it, it's really hard to get down to the nuts and bolts of everything. The number one thing I'm looking for when we're out hunting down real estate investments is value add. We consider ourselves at Grand Real Estate Investments value add investors. And what that means is we're always working to be able to do some work to the property that adds value on the end that allows us to refinance it and still maintain our equity position of 25 plus percent, 25, 35, 45, 50% on the property, just kind of depending what the property is. There's a few ways that you can achieve that. The house can be run down and you just get a good purchase on the property. And then your repair costs, you got to control that. And if everything works out good there and the numbers come in right, then you can make it inside that window that way. Another way to value add is add square footage to a house. If you have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, 800 square feet, maybe you can make it a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house at 1,200 square feet, which if you have your cost per construction again down, then again, you'll be able to create that equity window you need in order for lenders to refinance your property as an investment property, which is the magic number is 25%. And most lenders like to see a debt coverage ratio from rent and everything like that at 1.2. And we'll talk about that further down the line. The second thing that you got to do in order to make the value add work is make sure you get a good price on the property. It's hard in these times when the market's really hot and people can sell properties all the time. And there's a lot of investors out there who maybe don't run it by the numbers and they don't play it exactly how they should. And it can catch them in the end. But if you play it by the numbers and you take your repair costs and you take the price and you remove your repair costs from that and then you pay 75% of the after repaired value for the property, then you should be able to make those numbers work. Price is key. And there's a lot of properties that we see and we look at and we just don't come to agreement on the price because our repairs don't align with the price that we can pay that they're asking. Somebody else may pay it. Somebody else may take that risk. But at Grand Real Estate Investments, that's not a risk that we're willing to take. The number 3 thing is the extent of the repairs. If you buy a property and you're looking at it and it's got foundational issues, it's a 90% knockdown, it's just got major issues going on with it. You have to also calculate the extent of those repairs, how long it's going to take you to get that property back up and running, and is that time frame worth it? Is that loss in revenue, that loss in income truly worth it? In the end, if you're looking to buy an investment property, just consider those top 3 things. Is it a value add opportunity? Can I get a good price on it? Are the extent of the repairs and the cost of those repairs worth doing to this property? If you have any more questions or anything like that, reach out to me in direct message or fill out the form below and you can join our mailing list where these tips and everything will be coming out on a more consistent weekly basis. So have a great day.